Hello, pizza guy. The first thing he noticed was the silence. Not the ordinary kind, but the heavy, unnatural quiet that settles after a scream. Jake balanced the insulated pizza bag on one arm and knocked again. Hello, pizza guy. Nothing. The order had come in 15 minutes ago. Prepaid. No tip. Address on the edge of town. The sort of place where streetlights flickered and dogs never barked. The house itself was an old Victorian relic, sagging beneath ivy, its porch light pulsing weakly in the fog. He checked the receipt. 12 Hawthorne Lane. Yep, right door. Pizza's getting cold, he muttered, forcing a laugh. He pressed the bell. The chime echoed through the house, distant and hollow. Then came a sound, faint, muffled, a thud. Jake frowned. Hello? The door creaked open an inch. Warm air breathed out, thick with the scent of iron and something else, coppery, metallic, blood. He stepped inside. The hallway was narrow, wallpaper peeling like old skin. The light flickered overhead, buzzing. On the floor, the pizza box cast a long, warped shadow. And then he saw it, a crimson smear across the wooden floorboards, streaking toward the living room. Jake froze. Jesus. He called out again, voice shaking. Is someone hurt? No answer, just the whisper of the wind through half-closed curtains. He followed the trail, one cautious step, then another. His sneakers left faint prints in the sticky surface. The smell grew stronger, sickly sweet and clinging. When he reached the living room, he nearly dropped the bag. The walls were spattered, not painted, but splashed. The couch overturned, a lamp shattered. A framed photo lay, cracked, on the rug, a smiling couple and their teenage daughter. All three faces streaked with lines of red where the glass had splintered. But there was no body, just blood, too much blood. Jake's hands trembled as he pulled out his phone. No signal, figures. Out here, there never was. He moved to the kitchen. Maybe there was a landline. His shoes squeaked against the tiles. A kettle hissed quietly on the stove, still warm, as if someone had just left it. A mug waited beside it, half full of coffee, the surface rippling slightly as though recently disturbed. Then, from behind him, creak. He spun. Nothing there. Another sound, a whisper, not words, just the faint rush of breath, like someone exhaling in his ear. Hello? The whisper came again, softer. Hello, pizza guy. Jake's pulse slammed against his ribs. Who's there? No reply. Only the steady tick of the kitchen clock and a wet drip dripped from somewhere overhead. He looked up. A slow crimson bead formed on the ceiling, then fell, splattering on his sleeve. The stain above him spread. Heart pounding, Jake stumbled toward the stairs. He didn't want to look, but some instinct stronger than fear pulled him upward. Each step moaned underfoot. At the top landing, the air grew colder. A faint hum filled his ears, like distant static. The hallway stretched ahead, doors half open, shadows deep and wavering. The first door opened into a child's bedroom. Pink wallpaper, stuffed animals neatly lined up. Except the toy's button eyes had been sliced off, and each lay face down in perfect rows. The second room was worse. A mirror stood against the far wall, cracked through the center. Jake's reflection wavered, but the figure inside the glass didn't move with him. It stayed perfectly still. Then it smiled. Jake stumbled back, choking out a strangled gasp. He dropped the phone. It clattered against the floor. When he looked again, the reflection was normal. Frightened eyes, sweat, his own shaking hands. A whisper rippled from the darkness behind him. "Thank you for coming, pizza guy." He turned. The corridor was empty, except for the open attic hatch, a rope ladder swaying gently. The smell of iron was overpowering now. A key, almost against his will. Up there, the attic was vast and dim. The rafters lost in shadow. A single bulb swung slowly, creaking. Beneath it sat a single object, an untouched pizza box. His own handwriting on the receipt. He approached. The box was warm, fresh. He lifted the lid. Inside was no pizza, only a folded photograph. The same family from downstairs, but this time the faces were scratched out. Scrawled across the back, in dark, smeared red, were 2 words: delivery complete. Jake felt movement behind him. Soft footsteps, a whisper close to his ear, calm and deliberate. "Hello, pizza guy." Then the light flickered and went out.